those valleys where it seems like nothing's happening and nothing's changing. Don't really know, like, kind of where you fit in. You're trying to, like, figure out your place in life, what click. They would leave all the remnants of stuff at the table. Friend was, like, throwing up, and I was just, like, then started getting arrested. I tried to do something to correct it. I swear this is it. Before you know it, I'm right back into it over and over again. It was just bad, man.
Everybody got popcorn?
What is up, YouTube family? We are back with another episode number 15 of our High on Jesus podcast. Who's our special guest today?
Justin Halas.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
This should be interesting.
Yes.
But you are here today with Justin Time with Justin Halas.
And Austyn with a Y.
And what's our name of this week's episode?
So today, is it Justin's time or God's time?
Amen.
So an inside look at Justin Halas.
Let's do this. God's time always seems to be a lot better than mine for some reason.
Yes. He makes way better decisions than I do.
Sometimes I don't understand why it's taking so long, but I just trust it's going to happen in God's time.
That's right. That's what he asks of us anyway.
No doubt. Amen. So, man, the weeks are going by. Honestly, this one's coming out August 4th. So
a week till school.
Nice.
Praise God.
Counting down. At least they started on Monday this year. Sometimes they usually like start on some crazy day. But I'm looking forward to that. So I'm sure you are.
Yes.
Most every parent out there is.
Yes. To get back in the juggle of things, but also to get a little bit of downtime from 8:15 to 3:15.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. Honestly, it hasn't been. This has probably been the best summer I ever had, and I feel
the same.
Feel like we've crossed a hump with Layla, and it's just not quite as intense, and just complete not listening to anything I ask. 24/7.
We're still on the with Tristan. You know? You said 2 more years, right?
Yeah,
10
probably,
is kind of
probably got 2 more. I feel like we just crossed over like the top of that hill. Now it's gonna get a little.
Well, when I stopped by yesterday, she was just calm as a cucumber, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, "When is Tristan gonna get?"
Well, she was also on the screen, so she was at her phone in her hand.
Okay,
that helps to calm things. I see why America has let the phone be the pacifier for all their kids, because that's the only time you get peace and quiet.
Yeah.
But I see the addiction in that plain as day, man. Every time I come down, she's on it. Every time, Layla, no, you did not ask. Put it back on the dining room table. So honestly, I try to save it for now, gotta leave her home for a little bit. All right, she's obviously gonna watch TV or be on the phone while I'm gone. But then when I come back, put it away. Let's talk. Let's get ready. We're gonna go meet some people later on tonight.
Well, Tristan got me the other night. We were sitting there trying to watch a movie, which usually she's doing 47 other things while we're trying to watch a movie.
Of course.
And she asked me 3 times, "Mom, we're watching a movie. Can you put your phone down?" And I was like, "Got him!" So I appreciate the check too. So so it's been good. The twins have been at camp this week. Again, Beckett had his 16th birthday.
Nice. Watch out, roads in Manatee County.
Officially on vacation today.
Nice.
But, so
appreciate you showing up to do a little recording.
Oh no, I love it.
That's right. You got a week off technically here. I'm glad we're giving every hand of the Victory employee a little vacation back to back for you guys.
So we have decided not to go in a minivan to Tennessee with 6 of us and 2 dogs. So
yeah, that would have been a documentary.
Terrible. I would have complained about it for the next 3 months, So we're going to take the kids to Tampa with my mom, who retired, and we're going to hit Adventure Island Sunday, Busch Gardens Monday, back to back, and just take a weekend away.
Make sure they understand it would have been 4 kids, 2 adults, and a dog in a minivan. 2 dogs. 2 dogs
for
now.
17 hours each way.
Yeah.
Where do I not sign up to do that?
It's a hard pass for me.
I know when I called and told you that, you were like...
Throw the dogs in the kennel, get us a plane ticket. That's what.
So the other 4 days, I think I'm just going to stay home, just reorganize myself, because in the busyness of everything, like food pantry. Yep. Everybody's like, "Is that really a vacation for you?" I said, "Absolutely, to be organized, to be able to come back." So in addition to that, if we were taking off tomorrow to go on kids are coming back from camp, more laundry. I just see it piling up, all the things. If we were gone for 7 days, what I would come back to is an excess. So I'm trying to, get rid of some of that.
100%.
So I look forward to it.
Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Everyone
tells me I need a break, and I get it, but the relaxing and sitting there, and it's hard because A lot of people in my household love to relax quite a bit, and I just can't do it anymore.
I can't
man.
either.
Like, I'd rather just clean and be doing stuff, and then that way, like, it's like the clutter is gone and it's not, stuff everywhere.
Or if I do sit down for 2 hours, when I get back up, it's like, why did I freaking sit down?
Yep,
like,
exactly. So if we can find a way to do it in a healthy manner and not be stressed out about it while we're doing it, I think that's the key there.
Yep.
So.
And I've changed when I have downtime or I'm going to the gym or I'm in the car alone,
Nice.
which is rarely. I've changed what I listen to like some motivational, like Coach Payne. I don't know if you've ever listened to him, but it's just
Maybe
really intense, like get up and motivate, you know, like that kind of stuff.
That's what I've been
Instead of the
listening to as well.
soft, it's all going to be okay stuff. I've kind of transitioned into that get up and make something happen kind of thing.
It's something for everybody, and I've considered sometimes making a little more direct style, but I need that sometimes. I need to get rocked. So
yeah,
I like
that's
to
what
hear
I'm
that.
like, God, like, yeah. I'm the same thing. I'm like, he's talking to me.
Yep.
So,
For sure. All right, so we're bringing back the shoes.
Okay.
We're bringing back the shoes. I love it. It means a lot to me. I know we got some few fans of it out there. And worst case, you can hit fast forward a little bit if you don't like it.
Go to use the restroom, get a drink, come back. Yeah.
But today, I got one of my favorites, like serious favorites. We got the Kobe 11 Bruce Lee's from 2016. These things are a banger, man.
We're
They're a classic right here. I gotta get Chris, or I'm gonna have Chris spin them around on here. It's got like the scars on the back. It's like the scars in that Bruce Lee movie when he was all scarred up. It's got the scars on the back of it. Like, it's sick. It's yellow and red.
You know what? Hulk Hogan just passed away. You're like sporting the Hogan colors.
He did. You like that? Hey, I'm repping.
Yes.
I'm repping.
Yes.
Speaking of which, you know what this is?
The Marauders?
Yeah, you know. The Bradenton Marauders hat.
Yes.
This is, you're not going to find these just anywhere.
Really?
It's got the yellow, the red underbill. Look at the shoes again. It matches it perfectly.
Surprised that he's matching. Like, so that's total surprise.
It's got on the side, it's got the Marauders All-Star Game patch from 2014.
We love going as a family.
They
have the church nights, where all the churches in the area go. It's a really good time for the kids.
I've seen that B-Town. If I see B-Town on a hat, I was like, yep, cop that. That's going to match the Bruce Lee's
perfectly. Just don't go on that night. That is terrible to take to the kids. They all have those wooden bats and they're all knocking each other. Yeah, terrible.
Well, yeah, with the gold high on Jesus.
I love it.
That's where the Michael Jordan meme comes in. Stop it and get some help.
Oh.
But I love it. It's what I do. It's fun. It's fun for me.
I like that you're bringing it back.
I wanted to update on some news too. So like, I want to start dropping the sneaker releases that are coming. Unfortunately, this is gonna drop already when a couple shoes are coming out. But Saturday, to be a couple Saturdays, but
you'll already have them by then,
right?
right?
Of course. So the Jordan 4 Rare Air. We'll show pictures of this too. It's coming out. Really clean shoe. A lot of people love it. A lot of people are going after it. It's got, so interesting, it's the Rare Air. You can kind of like remove the patch, the Jordan patch right on the tongue, and it says Rare Air, and it's like 75% of the pairs have it in white stitching and only 25% have it in gold stitching. So it's like a mystery box. You want to open it up. I'm going for the gold. I always like the rare pair. So I'm going, I got to hit the gold stitching on mine. And then after that, it's already going to be past two. It would have just dropped Saturday, a couple days ago when this drops. Jordan 10 Steel OG with the toe cap on it. Now, this is an interesting story. Somebody's going to appreciate it. So when the shoe came out, the 10 dropped, and Mike was in retirement. Because remember, he won 3 in a row. His dad died, and he retired, and he was playing baseball, and he was actually playing locally because he was on the Birmingham Barons. Or Birmingham Barons. So he's playing in Sarasota. I went to go see him when I was a little kid there. So he actually played in what's the field you go to with the Orioles now?
The Ed Smith Stadium.
So they used to play there. So he was there playing in Sarasota. So the 10 drop when he's on retirement, and they put this toe cap on it. And then when Mike decided to come back to play basketball, he was like, guys, I don't like this toe cap, axe it. And so they had to halt the production, recall all those pairs and then produce it the way that Mike wanted it. So I guess they saw fit, like, let's bring it back the way that it originally was
what we were
supposed to drop.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So they're bringing that back. That's a must-have as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna be cool. So we'll bring some.
In all the colors, or
so it's just this one color. Yeah, just this OG steel.
Okay.
OG means like they dropped it back in the day and Mike wore it on court.
Awesome. Need to go to the Container Store and get some new boxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We may or may not have
Bonnie.
already done that.
Next date day.
You got some news for us?
Okay, so
you've been sending me some crazy articles, so I can only imagine what you're gonna pick out of this.
So a couple was arrested for sexual activity on a flight to Florida. So apparently, these two were going to show the pictures of the couple.
Yeah.
Were flying into Sarasota on JetBlue,
nice.
I believe, and they were flying from New York into Sarasota.
Straight through.
And I guess a mother and her kids witnessed.
No.
Yes, the acts. And so they are both in jail here for trying to join the Mile High Club on the way to Sarasota.
You did not tell me about the witness on the plane.
Yes, is what it's saying. So they were engaging it during the flight, yes.
Did they not lock the door to the bathroom and the little kid
maybe it was unavailable.
Pops it open?
Yeah, they're actually released on their own recognizance. They'll go in front of the judge on the 15th of August. But,
my goodness!
Yeah, so maybe not join the Mile High Club. You know,
I wonder if Autumn bailed him out.
I don't know. I messaged her.
ROR. I guess there's no bail there.
Right.
Not gonna lie, by their pictures, they look like they were feeling pretty good on that flight.
Yep, they were. Yeah. So.
Hey guys, if you're watching this, hand up the victory. We can help you out.
Yes. We can't put you together, though.
If you feel if you feel you have a problem, High on Jesus recovery meetings are just for you.
Yes. And if you need placement into some recovery homes, we can put you in separate houses. Just not.
We got you.
Yeah. So there's that for today.
Oh boy, it's never a dull moment. And of course, they flew in to Bradenton, Sarasota area. Yeah. I love it when it's the news. Like I said, as soon as you see Bradenton in person, it's this one's going to be good.
Now that we've started doing this, I have a whole thing of local news. So this will be a little bit past, obviously. So they'll be going to court, in 10 days or whatever when this airs. But it's just interesting to see what happens close to home because something in Manatee County is always going on.
It's always fun. They can take their shoes off when they go to the court.
As long as I stay out of that kind of news, I'm good. Oh.
So the comment crawl, we're going to continue that.
Yes.
Try to find 2 heartfelt, good comments, and then 1 comment with someone disagreeing with us, rocking us, whatever it is. Actually, we need more of those. We need some haters, guys. Because I think we're almost out. Believe it or not, we've almost done. Yeah.
All the negative ones.
Yeah, pretty much. Or it's the same repeat. That we had 3 accusing me of, you got tattoos, so you're the Antichrist. Those ones.
I thought I would get lit up by now. Honestly,
no one. They just it's a Southern drawl. They just can't say anything bad about you.
That's not an invite, okay?
Maybe Chris will find some. Chris will make some controversial shorts to get in front of some hating people. But Sarah Joe, she's a fan of ours. This was talking about the one we're kind of sharing, about just that struggle. We want to be successful, but what, if we never get there, can we strive for success without always being discontent, with how our current life is?
Are we okay with being second best, kind of that one?
Yeah, I think it's more like, if you can chase success or try to do something big in life, but then always feel like you never get there, and it's you're always striving and you're never satisfied. So can we be content in the moment where God has us while still striving for for something more? She said, y'all are going to make it to the top. Never know God's plans for what y'all are doing. I love y'all so much. Praying that y'all come up big.
Yep.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, every time she watches one, she's on that, You know,
awesome.
So yeah, she's doing well. You know,
good.
So
well, we're praying too for that.
Yes.
I'd love to get this in front of more people. I'll just be real. I think the quality of what we bring here is could definitely get a lot more views than it does. But hey, you know, whoever God takes it, whatever God does with it, ultimately, I pray all y'all that are watching, like you get something out of it that it means something to you. That's the most important part, anyways.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep doing them. Yeah. We're not even
and
looking at the
if there's any
scoreboard.
suggestions, please comment.
Yeah.
You know, like this is yours too. Whatever.
For sure. Any topics y'all want to hear about? Anything?
Or guests that you'd like to see more of, like Bonnie.
We got a lot of requests for Bonnie. Like people are saying, bring her back once a month. So I texted her about it. She said, whatever people want, we'll do.
I'm down. I can just hear her.
Keeping it real
she
with
has
Bonnie.
to come back and talk about the chickens. You know, we didn't even get to talk about the chickens.
This one was really good, man. YTGG, I was probably an automatic screen name, but it said, "Hey Justin, I'm Ryan Trout's kid. I just want to say thank you for helping him get clean and sober." And I was like, dude, that's super cool. Number one, that you were even on there watching the videos.
Yes.
And two, that you would take the time to put that. So those, that's someone that we helped out through Hand Up to Victory. I always go back to, I don't know if it's anything we did necessarily, but we put people in the best possible position in order to finally, start that recovery journey. And we can coach people, we can help people as much as we can. We can lead them down to the water, but ultimately they have to drink from it. And so I'm so proud of Ryan. Like, this is his time. He's taking it seriously. He's putting God and sobriety over anything, and like he's really doing it, man. But like this actually hit at a time where like I needed to hear it. I really did. Like there's been multiple things that God's just been doing lately that just reaffirms like we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing, and it's a huge help and a huge asset to so many people out there. And for someone's kid to tell us like thank you, like that's like a big deal, man, because it means the world to him to have his father sober and back in his life.
I actually messaged Ryan last night. We needed some like pest control and stuff around the house and lawn care, and I hit him up. He was leaving one of his parents meetings, and so he's really like all in. He is kind of the definition of somebody that's all in. And
for sure,
the fact that obviously he told his son, about the podcast, because how else would he have found it?
Right.
So like the fact that he's sharing his recovery with, and just like I do and you do with, with Layla and I do with my 4.
Yeah.
Every time Tristan comes back from her dad, she's like, did y'all make another one? And
awesome.
So it's because we're breaking generational curses too while we're doing this. So yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Good stuff. So this is from Kolinko maybe Hawaiian. So I want to take a minute here and give a huge shout out to our business sponsors, Automatic Bail Bonds. We bail your tail out of jail with a quickness. A big shout out to them for being a huge supporter of what we do here. If you, your loved one, anyone, we don't wish it on you, but if someone does go to jail, Autumn and her team, they actually care about the people that they help to bail out. So please use them. They're a huge asset in this community. Journey to Greatness Sober Living Homes, preparing you for your new journey of life and beyond. They have a multiple men's and women's homes in Manatee County, and so if you're looking for a sober living house, or maybe your loved one, someone that get in contact with them. All the links are below in our comments, guys. Also, Florida Elite Monitoring. They do ankle monitors and also alcohol level tracking with confidence. So maybe they're court-ordered to get an ankle monitor, or maybe they voluntarily want to be able to show the judge, hey, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything like that. They have all kinds of neat ways that they can help you out with some things. And then Dump Dynasty. You give them a call, they will pull up the trailer to your house. You can clean out your garage, remodel, whatever it is, fill that dumpster up, and then they take it away for you. No hassle on your end. So those are 4 different business sponsors and just businesses in the community that care and they want to make a difference. Maybe Hawaiian. So this was a blame game short. We're kind of talking about a little bit in the little 45 seconds it was on, like a little bit of the story of Adam and Eve, and he said, "What is this garbage?"
Was this you and Bonnie? No.
No. This was an older short from the messages that we used to put on there. And so it was just a piece, again. What is this garbage? I love it, man.
Nothing else. Just what is this garbage?
Yeah. So I don't know if it was the quality of the films. That was a little more in the beginning. I don't know. It's weird. Basically, it was talking, about that people don't take personal responsibility for their actions and shifting the blame onto other things or other people. And I was even talking about myself in the quick, short. It was basically like, hey, the blame game. Like, I always used to play the blame game and put all the responsibility. Why is my life bad? Why is all this going on? Oh, it's her fault. It's his fault. It's the world's fault. It's the circumstances' fault, and blame everything and everyone. I thought it was just me until I started to see other people in recovery, read the Bible, and it happened there since the beginning of time, because what happened. So interesting. We can go on a little. I got to share this with some men the other day, even though there was women in the room too. But don't forget, like, we all know what happened, including God knows what happened in the creation story. Eve was the one that the serpent tricked. Eve was the one that grabbed the fruit. Eve brought it back to Adam, and then that's when Adam ate. But what happened when God came looking, even though he knew exactly what went down? Adam, where you at, man? He didn't say, Eve, where you at? He said, Adam, where you at? You weren't head of your household. You weren't taking your role as a spiritual leader of your home. You should, when she handed to you, should have said, "No, baby, we're not doing this. We need to put this away. Like, just end this now." Adam, where you at? And what'd he do? Oh, God. You know what happened. It was Eve's fault.
It was, girl, you gave her to me.
Yeah, you're the one that created her. Like, Eve, she's the one that messed up. Anyway, Eve, so what happened? Oh, it's the devil made me do it. It's the serpent's fault.
Yeah, she told me to, Yeah.
Serpent's fault. Everyone's blaming someone else, and all God was looking for is someone to take personal responsibility and say, I messed up, man. It's on me. I need some help for next time this happens. Help me to turn away from it. That's all repenting is. I don't want to keep going the same direction. I want to turn away and do something different.
Amen.
But the blame game. So I told him if you wanted to watch the whole show, the whole episode, feel free to tune in. We expound on it a little bit more in that.
And what is this garbage? Well, hopefully he watches again.
Yeah, for sure. Come on back. Maybe we can get another quote on there.
Yeah, we need some.
Get another comment on there.
All right. So are you sure you're ready for this?
I think so.
All right.
We're doing it.
All right, so just in time or God's time. Here we go. All right. So, like, you're listening to High on Jesus podcast, where delays don't mean denial, and God is never late, but he's just in time. So
that's where it comes from.
Yes, absolutely. Do you ever feel, Justin, that are you early? Is it God's time?
I mean, I think there's a different answer for every spot that I've been in my life. I mean, the story ranges from I didn't care about God or any type of timing to a lot of stuff happened all at once, when God does some miracles, and then you kind of get in those valleys where it seems like nothing's happening and nothing's changing, and it's like, okay, what's going on here? And then God reveals something else at some point, and then doesn't happen for a minute, and then a whole bunch of sudden changes happen right in a row. So and now we're fast forward, and sometimes like I'm wondering what is going on. Like, why is this taking so long for it to develop or for it to take off? So I mean, I think I've been in all different stages as far as God's timing goes.
So not sure if everyone knows, but you told me that you went through over 15 years of addiction. Walk us through how life was for you growing up and what you think may have led you down the road.
I guess, probably had a pretty decent childhood. I'm sure there's plenty of people that had it way worse than I did. Definitely remember from very young age, like everybody in my family, in our house, friends, everybody drank. Like, that's what everybody did. Come on in. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. We got beer in the fridge, liquor in the cabinet. What can we make for you? And so that's what I seen everybody did. Or, hey, Dad, what does this beer taste like? What do you? Why do you drink this stuff? And then, fast forward to probably like, I'd say growing up, like my dad, with all due respect to him, he probably loves the best that he knows how to, but he definitely wasn't around. Like he was working and going after his career and everything. So, probably would have liked to have him a little more in my life than he actually was. But I definitely remember, probably like everybody, or like most, people that go into addiction, don't really know like kind of where you fit in. You're trying to like figure out your place in life, what click, where what you're doing. And then it was like I was probably like 12. I think we had just turned 12, and me and my best friend, he was in our neighborhood, and he would come over, and that's when we started talking about smoking cigarettes and drinking and different stuff. So they had they would leave all the remnants of stuff at the table. So there was a bunch of drinks like half full. The dudes were smoking cigars there, so there's chunks of cigars. So me and him, they were in another part of the house, and we were slamming all the drinks, lit up their old cigars, and we were smoking them out in the yard.
Couple 12-year-olds.
And I photographically remember my friend was like throwing up in the grass, and I was just like, oh yeah, like this is it right here. Like this is me. It's what I'm talking about. And I was just like, fixated ever. So, I mean, basically like, okay, now I see what's going on. I'm getting in on this. And, so, dabbled here and there as much as I could, or get away with it. Definitely some that I think my dad would have noticed, but when we go to his house and the old drink the liquor and then fill it back up with water routine. I always wonder his dad would drink something like, man, this stuff isn't even doing anything.
Or you put it back in the freezer and it freezes because there's so much water in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But thank God he didn't put it in the freezer. I guess I never thought of that part.
I did that in my 30s. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But so then pretty much like 15, was smoking, drinking, smoking every day for sure, as much as possible, and then drinking, and then other hard drugs start to get introduced at that point. I was playing football and I got injured on the football team. I tore like a few ligaments in my ankle, and so then that was like, all right, now I'm not playing sports. I got more time now. I'm really getting high. They gave me painkillers for that. And I was already into a whole bunch of different stuff. I was, pretty big for a good portion of my childhood. I lost a lot of weight doing
Is this
doing
in
a lot
high
of
school?
drugs.
You're talking about the football?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. So sophomore year of high school is when I got injured, and then kind of from there is where it really took off. And then it kind of happened like, I guess a bunch of people's story. We could sit here and talk for hours, but what it led to is partying. Then it got to a certain extent out of control. Like I always up to at that point I've always had a good work ethic. So if there's anything my dad gave me, it was a good work ethic. You worked from the day I turned 15. I had the application in, and when I was 14, leading up to my 15th birthday, got hired at the Hungry Howie's dishwasher.
Okay.
For my 15th birthday, I was in there working. Like I wanted to work. I always wanted to, work as much as possible. And so then started getting arrested. Of course, happened after I turned 18, so I got arrested. And then somewhere along the way in there was when I did all the drugs, but like definitely I loved opiates, man. I'll do the rest of them to a crazy extent. I mean, we had some nights, I didn't want to know, 10, 12 beans, like insane stuff. But the opiates, I was like, oh yeah, like this is number one by far. And so I was with my son's mom. She got pregnant with our son Jaden, and was like, all right, I'm gonna be there for him. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I'm gonna be a present father in his life, like I didn't have, and just did everything I could for him. Still partying the whole entire time, of course, but I always worked, always provided.
So we all still together?
Yeah, so we were together up to this point. The divide started to happen, and we're like Bonnie and Clyde. She would drink and smoke and get high with me and stuff, and do other drugs. But the real divide came when she would take half a Loratab and her stomach hurt, and I would take like 6 of them and drink a 12-pack and have the time of my life. And that started the divide. And then, like, I don't know, I just thinking about it makes me remember we always used to do that on Friday. And just the whole week, I could not wait till Friday, bro.
Countdown.
Absolutely. Got
Paycheck.
the pills ready. Make sure I didn't eat for a few hours so they slam my stomach hard, be drinking beer, go over to our buddy's house, had the time of my life with them. And then it was like, then I remember, then it was like, all right, well, it's the weekend, so I'll do a Friday and I'll do a Saturday night. And then I'll get back and I'll be, okay, then, oh, well, Sunday's a Bucks game. I don't want to sit there and just watch, you know what I'm saying, watch the game, so then it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then it was like, hey, man, I really can't make it till then. I'm going to do them on Wednesday night, too. So then that'll get me through to the next one. And I photographically remember that progression over and over again. And then it was right there where, someone showed me how to snort a 30. And that's what they were all doing. And it was crazy. Like, that's another memory to have. So I remember riding with them. And they were like keeping it under wraps from me. And I was like, bro, what y'all got going on, man? What is this stuff? And they're like, dude, you don't want this, man. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, break it out. And they're like, well, I'm telling you, it's another level. It's going to get you. Man, just break it, And I see why they gave me a little warning first. And then, like I do with most things, I take it to a whole nother level that surpassed anything that they were doing. Then we got into pain management clinics. That was a whole story in and of itself. I mean, I was rolling with dudes that were hitting 20 pain management clinics in like a month. And I'm talking like each visit was 240 30s, 90 80s, and 90 bars.
And this is like the early 2000s, right?
Probably, it was after. It was after. Yeah, exactly. 05, probably. So then it got really out of control, and then you throw Xanax into it. We already know where that goes. So basically, then that led to these crisis moments where his mom was done with me. Like, I knew I had a problem even back then. Like, I knew, like, this ain't the way to live. And I would try to do something to correct it. I swear this is it. Tell everyone it was going to be fine. Before you know it, I'm right back into it over and over again. And then there came like all the attempts to try to get sober, make all the empty promises, relapse once again. That's how that whole spiel went.
We know that, your mom and you have this amazing relationship. So tell me about, like, through all of that, like, how did it work, with your mom being in your life and, was she trying to walk with you through this? Or?
Well, mom would just get hustled, and that's exactly what happened, because we can talk our moms into anything. So dad was done a long time ago. He was through. We weren't talking. Pretty much I pushed every single person away, but I could always kind of, oh, come on, mom, please let me stay with you. I swear this is it or whatever. And
are you really done this time?
I would talk her into it. I'd give her the Johnny Cochran routine. This is it. I swear to you, whatever, and I would talk her back in, and then it would go way over the chain, and she'd have to clean up the mess, and it was just bad, man. I mean, honestly, like I remember another time when I had called my mom, and she said no.
Hey, y'all, you've heard us talk about our nonprofit, Hand Up to Victory. I am here to tell you that it changed my life. I don't know where I would be without it. So below is a link to handuptovictory.org. Please click on that link and go to the donations tab. You may save a life, change a life. And I am living proof. We have our gala coming up in November. We would love it if you could be a business sponsor. If your in-kind donation could be raffled off to also change a life or save a life. So handuptovictory.org. Please donate if you can.
And I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. Like, please, no. Over and over again. And she was like, I'm not doing anything anymore, Justin. And she hung up the phone, and I was like, oh, snap.
Mom said no.
Yeah, like I failed. I usually talk anyone into anything. Like I didn't make that. Like I photographically remember. And then like another time, then I called her up again. It was no. And then she was like, well, I'll bring you food, but that's it. And I'm like, whatever, I'll take that, but I don't want food. Like I need money. And
I'll just get her here.
Exactly. Same thing. So and she was like, no, like this is it. I'm not giving you anything. And like 5, 8, 10 no's later, I was like, oh crap, like
she means it. Like
mom's
at that point,
not even doing anything anymore. And somebody needs to hear this, man, because I don't, you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that it's one size fits all, and if you would do this exact set of patterns, suddenly your loved one is going to get sober. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to tell you that somebody's got to say no, man, because when you finally know that mom's done and nobody's coming to save you, And now I'm out here on the streets having to hustle to find a place to even lay my head or do dope and all that stuff. And like nobody cares anymore, man. Like no one's going to do anything for you. Many lonely times walking down the road, just thinking about all that, like it sucked. That's all I could say. It was horrible.
That resonated with me. My mom said that she never slept better when I was in jail.
I'm sure because they know where you're at.
They know you're alive. They know you can't get into anything. Well, you shouldn't be able to get into anything. Yeah. But my mom also said, like, when she gave me to God, finally, she quit enabling me. She started saying no because she couldn't do it anymore. She had to pass it on to God finally because she couldn't control me. She couldn't control what I did or my circumstances. Yep. So thank you, Mom.
Yeah. I mean, it's out of these experiences that I learned what to do to be able to help people to get sober, help family members. And I tell the family members, like, no, like, here's the gist of the conversation. I love you. If you want to get sober, I'll do anything I can to help you out. I don't have any money for you. You can't stay here. But if you want to ride to a meeting, if you want to help me, put you in contact with Justin or some other people, they'll get you into a recovery program or sober living house, whatever it is. But I'm not doing anything for you anymore. Somebody's got to stand up and say it's not going to help them out anyways. I guarantee you they're just spending it on drugs. Like it's not even a question. Oh, they told me it was for food and this. It's not for food.
I have a flat tire and da-da-da-da-da.
I don't care. It ain't the bill. It ain't the flat tire. It ain't the food. I promise you they're getting high with that money.
I can't remember how many times I told my mom that my phone bill was due, and it had nothing to do with the phone.
Of course. Never. Yeah. Whatever it is. I would call. Oh, I owe the dealer money. That was one. She already knows. I already told her. But I owe the dealer money. I got to pay him back. Actually, I would just use that money to get more dope. Come on, man. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that kind of just, that led to, the same place, misery every single time.
So that's the train wreck, basically. Is that what you were going towards? Is that's how your life became through, high school? So were you into those years of going to the pain clinics and stuff? Were you working also? I know you said you got a job at Hungry Howie's, when you were 15. So what did your work look like through there?
I mean, honestly,
I was just like at that point.
Well, when it really fell off the deep end at some point, there's no more working. I mean, when you get that level of high and then you are going to withdraw at some point, you're not going to be able to keep a steady job. So I was just like cash jobs, talking in people to let me work at their house or whatever it was. But all that led ultimately to that place of desperation to, finally when they had caught up with me for a warrant, that going into the jail for the last time, like I just knew like I was done, man. It was just this feeling of like nothing I'm ever doing is working out. I've tried every single thing to try to be sober, get my life back on track, to try to stop disappointing everyone. I mean, I really didn't care about most anyone. I love my mom and all that, but like my son is really what killed me. Like not being there for him and the same exact cycle that my dad did to me. Like that's the most like hurtful thing ever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's honestly what killed me the whole entire time. But I would just get high and mask that feeling away. But just going into jail, and I was like, man, I got to do something different here. I got to do something different. I was tired of losing, man. Tired of the same thing happening over and over again. I guess I can.
So when you were in jail that last time, I mean, because you came out of jail with a plan, or I don't know if you came up with a plan after you left jail. I mean, but I wonder if that last stint in jail, listening to the guys you were in jail with of their plans, I wonder if that had any effect on, the Hand Up to Victory and how that came about, or High on Jesus. I wonder if that last time in jail you carried that with you.
Yeah. Because no, 100%. I mean, a lot of the story was, it definitely birthed why we do Hand Up to Victory and High on Jesus after this. I just remember the guy, I don't know where the recovery stuff was in the jail. It was never presented to me, or I didn't maybe know why you were supposed to get on the kiosk, whatever. Like, no one was talking about that. They were just talking about old stories and, clowning around
Be
and
back
stuff.
Next week, yeah.
And then I remember one of the people in my cell, I don't know. They're talking about something, and I said, "Well, I'm never coming back." And he's like, "You'll be back in here." He's like, "Yeah, I guarantee you that you'll be back in here." This, that, and the other. And in my head, this time I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be back in here, bro. Like, I didn't say that to him, but I was like, "No, man, I'm tired of this. It's the same thing over and over again every single time." You made that decision,
like,
yeah. I mean, it's a long story to unpack. Had a little short thing after that, but I mean, it took all that again to get me to this point that I'm at. And I remember coming out of jail. So I joke with them at the jail when we go speak. So we had the walk of shame down. When you get released, you got to walk all the way out to the gate.
I ran
We just did the walk of shame. Apparently, they just get the golf cart of shame now. They get golf carted out there, so I don't even have to walk.
Yes. Yep.
Must be nice. So we had to walk, and my whole thing is immediately get out. It's a survival mode again. All right, who's got the cell phone? Who's got the cigarettes? Like,
hey, let
me get a cigarette. Someone's already making calls. Hey, man, can I use your phone afterwards? And I remember just going out there to the gate. There was nothing. I had no friends, no family, no money, no car, no job. What was I going to do? I called someone who, they were still using, but it was the only place that I knew that, she'd probably, take me in or whatever it was. And then I get all the way to the end, and that's part of the story we share in the autumn. And it was her brother out there, God allowing her to be there. Go back and watch the episode with Autumn if you'd like to hear the full story there. But I mean, but I remember that. And on paper, that's basically a guaranteed L. Like, you literally have to be at your rock bottom. This is it. I'm willing to do whatever it takes by any means necessary to come back from that situation to be dumped on. So I mean, but I just remember in that moment, and what I try to convey to the people that we help is I just had to be willing to do things differently than I've ever done them before. And I'm not saying like it was perfect, but I had to be willing to reach out to those guys that used to be there for me at the AA meetings and say, hey man, I need help. Like, can you pick me up for a meeting? Can we go for coffee afterwards? Can I keep you, put you in my phone to keep in contact with you? Reach out to some of the people from church. Hey man, can you come pick me up on Sunday? The people that were willing, back before to help me out all those times. And, we just have to be willing to humble ourselves and reach out, put in 40 applications before, with all due respect to these guys, it ain't the job market then wasn't like it is now. I mean, nobody was hiring at that present moment,
especially with the background.
100%. You could be more choosy in a market that's saturated, and when you need workers, then you'll be a little more loose with the requirements of hiring people. But it took forever for me to finally get a job. Again, that led me to know, okay, this is a problem. Because there's how many people are walking out of that jail with this exact situation. How many people are sitting homeless that actually want to change and do something different, and they're stuck there because there's no option, right? And so,
or they don't know that there is an option.
Yeah. Right. And then, as I got sober and started helping guys, which was always, a vision of mine, like I always felt like I could speak and I could help people that were stuck in that same hell that I was once stuck in. And so started sponsoring guys. And then from there was like God laid on me to do the High on Jesus. So I started going into all different places like the jail and detox and different places and just going in there speaking. And people would come up afterwards like, hey man, like I love what you're doing. I want to come to the meetings. I want to be a part of this. But like when I get out, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, and then from figuring it out, all these halfway houses cost money. A long-term program, sometimes it could take weeks before you can gain entry in that. So what do you just like sit on the street until that happens? You might not even make it that long, especially these days. And so that and helping people helped me to identify this huge gap in the community, that there was no like timely, immediate resource that when someone reached up their hand for help and really wanted it, that they would make a move to be able to get them housed, to take care of their physical needs, to just take care of those things in order to help them move forward. So my own story is truly what Hand Up to Victory was birthed from. And I know it's been a huge help to so many people in that same moment.
Yeah. Almost makes me cry just thinking about it, because, I mean, the purpose that you found now gives purpose to so many of us.
Yeah.
So.
Amen.
You made a note in here, so you said you can do this Bible study with a friend of mine, so I didn't know. Is that...
Yeah, I mean, I think... I guess I was just trying to brainstorm on some things, and didn't want to spend hours on a story. Mm-hmm. But like, as I became sober, you're gonna run into some obstacles as you start to move forward. I think
probably
that's what
more obstacles being real.
Probably, because adulting is not that fun.
You gotta go back and fix what you broke.
You gotta fix all that stuff. You got the added responsibilities that maybe you've never carried or never had, and then you have to do even more than that in order to get from where you're at. So
and to prove yourself.
It's just one level to get to a little spot in the house. But I mean, if you ever want to go past that, you got to make more money. You got to be more trusted in the community. There's just a different level that you have to get to. And so and just like talking about some of this stuff, it's like man, like just thinking about it, it's like I made it through all that.
Amen.
Like if I could really sit there and think, like I just made it alive through everything that I just told you. I should have been dead so many times. I'm telling you, the amount of drugs that we did, people just don't believe it, man. Like, I was going to tell you, in the heyday, I did 30 plus blues a day. I did 30s a day. I know a guy that I was rolling with, probably one of the very few people crazier than me. He was like the ringleader of the whole thing. He would do 100 blues in a day. Nobody believes me, man. I'm telling you, I've rolled with him for days on end, and I witnessed it myself. I'm telling rails with like 10 30s and 2 bars that he would chop up in this huge mound and womp the whole entire thing. And do that like 10 times.
I did. The most I ever did was 1, like in a day. And I thought that I was like off the chart.
I'm telling you, gone. And then I hear stories of people, and then I'm like, they knew a little bit. And I'm like, oh, how much did he do? And they're like, X amount. And I'm like, bro, like,
so
I should have been dead.
Was like...
It was insane because we had access to so many. We had hundreds of pills at any given moment. But I'm just saying, like, I shouldn't have made it through that.
No.
If God didn't get me sober before the fentanyl, because he knew more when that fentanyl crisis hit and that boom came, I would have been dead for sure. It's not even a question. I would have died. Like, all that stuff, overcome all those obstacles, made it out of jail and having absolutely nothing with no one's help to where God's brought me today. Like, sometimes we got to recall that stuff and be like, all right, like, I made it through that. Sometimes, like, I forget because I've been sober almost 12 years. Like, I got to go over this story to remember, like, I made it through all that.
But
so I know
fresh.
that I can do that. Of course, like, I mean, it kind of does when I go over it. But to be real, if you didn't ask me to share my story, I probably wouldn't have thought about this stuff again. Mm-hmm. I don't sit there and relive it. I don't think about it a lot. It's been 12 years almost, man. Like, praise God for that. Amen. But it's a long time.
I've heard in the rooms, like, when you truly get your recovery, you remember that last time so vividly. That last time, you remember the withdrawals, you remember every piece about it. But so if you don't recall, like, all those pieces, there's usually one left in you. That's just something I heard. But I know that mine, I remember buying that last bag, and then I was like, I'm done, you know.
I definitely don't forget them, but, I mean, we do a lot, and I only have so much brain power, so I'm not accessing those memories.
You have to go back in the Rolodex.
Not accessing those memories on a routine basis, but when you get me to a point where I'm quiet and I can think about stuff and I go through it all, it's like, wow, bro. Like, if I made it through that, like, there's no, like, I was almost falling asleep trying to put the finishing touches on this because we do a lot, man, and it's like, I could stay up and do this. Like, I could stay up and make the rest of this podcast to make it good. Like, a friend of mine called for, he wanted to do a Bible study with me. Like, he's been trying to get me to do it for a while. He knows who he is. And, like, I came from high on Jesus, been going all day. I'm tired, but, like, no, like, this is important, like, to him and to me. And it's like, no, like, I got to do this. And in doing that with him, like, he was ministering to me through it, just going over, like, Philippians 4. And it's like, I wonder why I've had such a hard time lately, because I'm not doing exactly what it says in here to do in order to experience peace. Like, it's not a shocker, but same thing. What's funny, that's my favorite chapter of the Bible, Philippians 4. You think I read it lately in the past few weeks? Nope. I've read it 300 times. You think I recalled any of it? Nope. But that was the last chapter that I gave him. God knows what he's doing. He laid it on purpose so that just a time as this, now we can get it back in front of my attention. And I'm going over him with him, and I'm saying, what my interpretation of what it means and everything. And it's like, and he's like, man, I feel like I'm on this pink cloud, and like I see other people struggling, but I feel like I could just carry it through. And I'm like, you might have a bad time, but honestly, what we just read, like if you do that, you probably can ride the pink cloud out. I wasn't doing it, not thinking about stuff that's pure and excellent and praiseworthy. And I'm thinking about how we lost and I'm not far enough and like this sucks and what are we doing this for? And,
right here.
Yeah.
This is why we're doing it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about all that stuff. And why should I be shocked I don't have peace? Like, it's real simple. God created our brains. We just overcomplicate it. It says 2 times in there, you want to have peace, basically pray in every situation and don't think about negative stuff.
Simple.
Right?
But when we're told not to do something, human nature is to do those things.
And it's the classic. It's simple, but it ain't easy.
Amen.
I mean, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would be bliss and just peace and love and all that, but we forget about that stuff and we need these constant reminders. And so that's another reason I feel like we got to stay connected to some type of recovery. You got to be, thinking about this stuff and going back through that, having people that can call you and maybe they need your help, but they're actually helping you throughout the process. And we got to get this stuff back in front of our eyes and our brains and our hearts, and we got to hear it all over again, maybe.
When we've been going through this, with the organization over the last few weeks, I was sharing, at our meeting that, I get to talk to these people every single day by being on that phone. And I think that that's what carries me through a lot of hard times, when I'm having things within me, with Tristan's dad. Because I hear all of these stories of hope that have come to fruition through Hand Up to Victory on a day-to-day basis. So It's really hard sometimes to think about the negative when you're filled with all the positive. So the phone's yours anytime you want it.
And it's a constant reminder where you could be with a few wrong decisions.
Yeah.
And I'm
absolutely.
not trying to do that,
Oh, definitely not. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to pass.
And people come in, I ain't seen them for a while. They was doing good once upon a time, and then they get to that breaking point again, and they come back, and I welcome them back with open arms, and will do anything I can to help them out. But not gonna lie, they help me because I'm like, bro,
yep,
old timer AA guy mindset. But for the grace of God, there go I. So I could be right there too, but it's not gonna happen, man.
Yes. So let's see. So you've talked about, all right, so what point, so you, with the High on Jesus, that came after you met Bonnie? So at what point did you get to see Jaden again, I guess we should go to?
Continue the story, we can. So, I mean, his mom was always, when I got out of jail, like, his mom was always cool. I mean, in reality, she could have took me to court and, tried to clean me out for whatever and get me no visitation rights or whatever it was. But she's always, I give her, many thanks for that. So basically, also, I mean, she knows her son needs his dad, and all she wanted for me was to get sober, I'm sure. So once I got sober for a little while, I think the transition was when I started renting a room from my mom. I think like bouncing around for those first 6 months still, renting, at one point I was staying on someone sober person's couch, that type of thing. But I think when my mom saw some change and let me rent a room from her, then she would at least know where I was and what I was doing. So she would drop Jaden off, from time to time so I could see him. And then I always made my own payments. I'm sorry, but I can't understand people that don't make financial amends. I can't understand. I don't know who's in your life that's not like, but my people, man, like you owe financial amend, you make it. What's the next right thing to do? My sponsor and anyone else said, well, did she take you to court? No. You better start making payments. Like
it's something.
But I always did that. Like, I know that it take money. So when I started working, I started giving her money. And then a couple times when, probably say the wrong thing, and she would get mad at me, and you talk to some people or whatever, and they're like, oh, man, you should have been getting receipts for all those. She could take you to the court and say that you never gave her anything. And I was like, no, you know what, man? I don't. And sometimes you got to watch you get advice from, too. You know what? Like, she gave me the honor system. She's not going to do that. I don't need a receipt from her. So when I'm sober, I gave her money. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a court to intervene. I don't need the government to do what is supposed to be the right thing for me. It's my kid. I made him. She's the one paying for everything. Give her money. It's real simple.
Wish
it's
more
real
people could
It's real
do
simple.
My story's a little different.
Well, unfortunately, when people don't do what they're supposed to do, then that's why we need government and the courts to intervene, because then people just do whatever they want. But no, so that she was a blessing for letting me, and then that just gave me my purpose. Like, I wanted to be there for him. He's the most important thing in my life. I love Jaden, man. He's doing so awesome too. That's probably the one thing that always makes me cry.
Counting down the days till next basketball season. I already know.
But and then from there, it's hard to remember some of this timeline. We probably need Bonnie. I don't think that I was doing it before her. No,
because it was in y'all's living room, right?
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, so it was on my heart to do, and I knew that God was just calling me to do something. So it started as like a Bible study. When we finally did it. Yeah, it was me and Bonnie's first place together. We started doing it as a Bible study with a first, a
this
few
is
people.
Apartment, right?
It was a condo that we got in Terra. Again, we were ready to move out. 30 applications later, because no one would take us, we finally found a landlord who was, open and honest, and just told him straight up, listen, I'm a convicted felon. Here's the mistakes I made in the past, but here's what I'm doing every single day to correct it. And, Bonnie was saying, can I just be on the lease? But yes, he's going to be staying here. She talked to the financial investor guy, and she came back. She's like, as long as you pay your rent on time every single month, he doesn't have a problem with it. And I said, no problem. And we paid it every single month on time. So we had a nice condo over in Terra. But started as just a Bible study. And then, I don't know, like in my alone time with God, he just started having me jotting down notes. And I didn't know what it was going to be for at some point. And then pastor from our church, Harvest United Methodist Church, came. Pastor Steve knew my family for a while, saw it, and was like, hey, we got to get this in church. I'm going to make it official. Oh, by the way, I'm leaving. And I was like, dude, no.
Here you go.
I got called away, but he made it official before he left, and then that's when it really started to take off, man. I started doing messages, and just I think so many people appreciated the, I know it's a hush kind of sometimes in AANA about the higher power, but we know the higher power we're talking about. We know what the truth is. Jesus, guess what? He made the Bible. That's where the 12 steps are from. You should do those too. It's to dummy's guide to change your life there. So yeah, I just kind of just felt that leading from God to merge like the 12 steps with that high spiritual focus, and then it started taking off from there, and then eventually God, there's so much to the story, but eventually just God put it on my heart, that we got to start something like this. Like, I thought I was going to get a full-time position with that church, or they would support a ministry like that. Didn't happen. They said it wasn't in their budget. I had to take a more demanding job because I had to feed my family, and I actually had to close down High on Jesus and everything.
Oh, how'd that feel?
It hurt bad. It hurt, man. I was like a little bit lost at that point. Like, I thought you were supposed to provide. You're like,
so through that, like, you said you felt lost, but did you always know in that moment? Did you always know you would get back to it, or you weren't sure?
I thought it was over. I got to make. I mean, I thought God was going to take care. I thought God was going to. That's what I'm saying. Like, I thought, God, that's glad you're bringing this up, because it kind of applies to our present situation that we're in.
And we're talking about hand up to victory.
Yeah. Well, but I thought, oh yeah, we don't unpack that to them, but me and yeah, I thought, well, this is it. If this is what I'm supposed to be doing, then you're going to provide, right? Then why am I getting behind on my bills over and over again? Why, are we having to borrow money just to break even? And so I'm not that dude. Like, I'm going to feed my family. There's no doubt. I've always been that way. I will provide. So I had to take this. I got a job offer, and it was more my time, and I had to walk away from it, and it sucked. But I went.
And I think that was when Bonnie was going back to school and all of that. So
yeah, it's hard. It really is hard for me to remember that. I don't think yet, to be honest with you, because God set me up. That's what I'm saying. It's like when there's one lacking, then God sets the one up, and then when there's other one lacking, then God set something else up. So that wasn't yet. That was when I was working that other job. I was making the money, but then God was working on me on a number of things. Like, really, I feel like that was the breeding ground to get ready for the next step, because, like, I had to get this nicotine had to be done with during then. I'm not going to lead people and still be addicted to nicotine. Y'all can do what you want. You can at some point. I hope you put it down, but I can't do that as a leader. I got to get this anger problem in check. I had some other character defects I need to work on. It was time to marry Bonnie. That was the first time I felt. Another thing, I just don't think like single men make the best ministers, especially in what we do. So I'm married. I broke all those chains. God helped me. God did all that. And then that's when the door opened up. I walked away. Just this, like, experiencing God exactly as he writes in that book. Was seeking out 10, 12 different churches to get on board with it. Got 10, 12 no's. But then God opens this door that I wasn't even knocking on, because I didn't even know about it. People reach out to me to say, hey, we got some money to invest. We want to do a recovery ministry. And then there you go. And behind the scenes, I was already doing Hand Up to Victory. God was maneuvering those chess pieces around. I got with the team at First United Methodist Church that just really got on the board and helped to grow it. And it's where it's at today.
And through all of that, like you talked about how you go to the gym and work out. You had your physical pain you were dealing with through all of that. So you're going on how many years of working out?
Since COVID, man. So it's been
2020,
it's been 5.5 years, basically. Yeah, so that was a lot.
That was on top of everything else.
Yeah, because doing the construction work, I had accidents. I had the pain management. I didn't need the fake MRI. I had my own MRI. I had herniated disc, bulging disc.
And you still chose not to.
I can't.
Yeah.
I know what's going to happen. I was in misery, man, every single night. I would have to sleep on the floor sometimes. Because I couldn't have anything soft. I had to have like a flat floor for my back not to be screaming. Like, yeah, it was crazy. But again, you see the episode with that too. Go check out that story on the Bryce episode.
So, I mean, we could take your story so many different places, but for time's sake, because we could share about everything, with you for so long. Yep. So how, like, I mean, we've touched on it, but like, when do you think was the final point in getting that Hand Up to Victory story, and how did that like evolve in a moment? Was it Pastor Mark with Anchor Church, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were kind of talking about like, when did God like give me a vision? Like, how could I be sure that like a couple times maybe that God was speaking, or that he was giving me a vision for something? I mean, I definitely photographically remember the whole Hand Up to Victory thing, and just like the leading to step away from that bigger money job and go work a lesser job that allowed me to go out and put these feelers out and to try to work on this. And I mean, Bonnie was like, are you sure? Like, you better hope that God spoke to you and this ain't something you're doing.
Is it Justin?
Because I mean, it's real though. And I was like, no, like I couldn't be more sure anything in my entire life, man. So like, again, knocked on all those doors. Then God was the one that did the rest, opened it up, and a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and some interesting stuff. But we're here, man. Another thing that I photographically remember is God giving me a vision for a new construction home with my family. Like, I remember where we were. It was low income housing. Everyone's smoking blunts in the parking lot. Like, I literally had to, like, wrap Layla's face in my shirt, before I walked through the parking lot, because I don't want her breathing that. There was fights. We pulled us down. A bunch of people were jumping somebody. There was a gunshot. There was, a shooting out there in the parking lot. And I just, walking through, and everyone, it's not where I'm trying to be, bro. And it's not even about, I want to come up and want to get this, that, and the other. No, like, I believed that my family deserved something better than this.
Amen. I
believe that my family deserved. And I don't know, I just saw it in my mind. Like, I just saw my family in a new construction home, literally like saw us all in the living room together. I was like, this is like this is gonna happen, man. And we had horrible credit scores. Thank God we got some millionaire mentors that know what they're doing with repairing credit, with setting budgets, with setting goals. We got in touch with some right people for first-time home buyers incentives, and one thing after the other. When we did all the crazy amount of work and steps that they were asking, and we were looking at a bunch of different places, we were able to buy a brand new construction home. I guess been there like 6 years now. So hit it before the boom. So we were actually got way more house than we probably could today. Thank you. Yeah, man, we got blessed on that. But those are just the things sometimes I photographically remember. Does God speak to me all the time like that? No, unfortunately. Sometimes I wish I could tell you I know exactly what the vision is for the next step and some of the stuff I have going. I just, sometimes haven't gotten, maybe that's on me. Maybe I haven't spent enough time, maybe, whatever it is. But, best believe I'm always asking God, like, what's next? Show me what the vision is. Let me know what we're supposed to be doing here, please. So,
a couple of questions here. So what promise are you still waiting for? And I guess that could apply to any area, but like, let's go to Hand Up to Victory. Like, what promise are you still looking for there?
I mean, I don't know if it's a promise because I can't say that God's like, I mean, like, I don't know. I definitely thought that we would probably be a little farther than we actually were, and meaning by we would be able to help more people with this like
financial
insane amount of demand out there. Like we literally can't even help 50% of the people that call up. We try to find another option for everybody.
Try to refer them to community partners or
but
whatever.
Still, I mean, as well. It's crazy, man. I definitely believe that this is needed. I definitely believe that the right people haven't seen the value of it yet, of what we bring to the table with the relationships we've already established and our operation and what we have going here. And just at some point that it's going to open up a bit so that we can serve the amount of people that reach out to us for help.
Because this is like boots on the ground. Yeah. Like we're out there doing it. Yeah.
And to be real, like, to pay livable wages to the people that work for us, so everyone doesn't have to have a side hustle, like to make extra money. You know what I'm saying? That would be nice also.
Yeah. I mean, because it's. I mean, I love. Yeah. I mean, I love. You're speaking directly to into me right now too, because I enjoy doing this. I live it. Yeah. But also to be able to provide and to grow. Like, it's like, do I get a second job? Or do I, but if I do that, I miss time with my family, which I take very seriously that I have back, so it's in the waiting, it's hard, in the trusting and in that faith. So,
it's hard. These are the part it's definitely different seasons for different things. I've been in that season working 70 hours a week and didn't see a lot of my family, but to be real, that wasn't the greatest time for those relationships and for my marriage and different things. I think it served its purpose while it was happening, but then there's also been seasons where it's opened up a little bit and I have the ability to spend more time with them and have freedom to my schedule. So we just got to keep praying for that. But we know what we're doing. We know what it's worth, and we're not giving up on it, and we're going to keep going after it until some doors break down. That's all I know.
The great part for me, and I'm sure among other men and women who get to talk to you and Bonnie, because I get both sides of questions that I get to ask you and your wife. But you guys have accomplished, so much in 12 years. We don't get to see all the lows. We hear a lot of the high points. I'm getting to learn more of those lows because, I'll have my 2 years next month, but I want it now. And I get to learn from the things that you guys went through, and hopefully other people can also take those suggestions. Because when I write you about something, you're like, if you don't want to have to do it like we did, I suggest this, So I'm truly grateful, for those.
Well, we can just end on this if you want to for time's sake, but that is true. And people to this day they come through and they see, oh, look, Bonnie and Justin, they got the house, they got the vehicles, they got all this, they got all this stuff. Or, man, their marriage is so great. Like, I want mine to be like that. Or, man, he's so good with his kids, and he's always y'all ain't seen
behind the scenes.
Y'all haven't seen, man, like what we went through. You didn't see us living check to check, going to food pantries on every day off that we had. I had the whole schedule of them, would show up to the good ones to get us
every
groceries.
Third Friday.
That's what you got to do sometimes.
We still do. I do, yeah.
That's what you got to do sometimes. No one saw the struggle. No one's seen it like me and her have had full-time jobs like the entire time without question, always trying to better ourselves and doing it as a team unit when we finally learn to get tired of having a crappy marriage and help each other out. But it's a team. Like, so how can I get us to this goal? Well, I know, let me get some money made, and then when I'm kind of to probably max what I'm gonna make for a little bit, then I'll sacrifice a little bit and I'll do some extra stuff to get you get an extra degree, you get leveled up in your career, we'll get you more money coming in. Then when that gets established, then we'll kind of return the favor back to me, and I'll make some moves and do some stuff there. The marriage, we had a bad marriage for a while. Like, it was not good. It was two people living together. I was always trying to correct her and tell her what she was doing wrong, and she was super mad at me because I wasn't loving her, so she wasn't respecting me the way that I need to be respected. And it's a whole circle, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it was many years where it was not good. My kids, because of all that stuff I told you about, sometimes I probably wasn't there for them as much as I could be. Fast forward to now, and Layla's like, oh, do you think you could just take off this day so we could do this, that, and the other? And I'm like, Layla, like, do you know how much that I spend time with you? I was like, I think you've just gotten so used to it. You're like spoiled at this point. She's like, yeah, but I just want you to take off. We can do this, this, and this. I was like, we just did that this past weekend. Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah. I'm like, man, I spend more time with you in a week sometimes than my dad did in a year. Like, yo, these kids get spoiled. But I get to, you know what I'm saying? And maybe she doesn't appreciate or fully understand it. She will one day. But I know that, like, I'm going to protect my baby girl, and I'm going to be there to raise her, and I'm going to make sure that everything's going to be okay with her. So yeah, definitely when you see people, and we see superstars on social media, oh, the guy just came up out of nowhere, he's on everything. No, he didn't. He had a 15-year career before that that you just didn't see him when he had a cameo in a movie for 30 seconds or he had one song or whatever. Like, people just build in the background for a long time, and we just discover them and think, oh man, it must be nice. Like, oh, the guy's an amazing superstar, the athlete or whatever. He's been playing since he was 5. Like,
he put the work in.
So yeah, you can't judge what season you come into someone's life at, and hopefully if they're transparent, like you mentioned, they'll share stuff with you to let you know it wasn't always like that, and here's some tips to save you some misery if you want to hear it.
Right. Well, I do have to get one more question.
Yeah. All right, my bad.
What is the dumbest decision you made because you were impatient, not other people? What is the dumbest decision you can recall today? I mean, there may be a whole list. I don't know. But if you had to...
That's a hard one, man.
Like, it be for being impatient. Are you... I don't even know if you are an impatient person.
Sometimes.
Depends.
I probably should have waited to buy us both vehicles because the market was pretty little high during that time, and I should have known that it was going to go down.
You both wanted shiny things.
The used cars, the used cars was going. It was time to get them. It was time to upgrade, but at the same time,
you had a good salesman, I'm sure. That
I don't know. It was. I mean, we got good deals as for what that market was, but maybe just impatient on like some market type stuff. Yeah, I've definitely learned that, like, you can't just jump into something. That's how they get you, because you don't know anything about that market because you're not into it. That's how they get you to pay high for the house and pay for the high for the vehicle, because you just think that that's the price at that present moment. Like for the stock, same thing. Oh, it's going up. Well, it's at its 52-week high. I wouldn't dump thousands of dollars into it at this present moment. Definitely, you got to like research and chill a little bit. And I will definitely say, like, buying a vehicle, especially buying a home, buying like bigger purchases, you got to chill. You got to wait. You got to research. You got to get a feel for the market. Is it really high right now? Is it going to go down at some point? That's probably like some financially.
I know from personal experience with you, I'll be like, well, this happened. And it's like, well, you didn't ask me for any suggestions. So, like, if you would have asked. So I know you personally and Bonnie as well, y'all have some key people in place in your life that you guys go to. You know, if you do have a question, just like people that are not at the table that you're at, you know, you would need to have those key people in your circle that you can go to for suggestions or things that they've walked through. Yeah. So you can, you know, get those things right the first time.
No, 100%. You got to have mentors in your life. You got to have people to help you out without question.
This is good.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that was good. Got to know me a little better. Little bit of the story.
Put some comments in. Like, if you want to know anything else, if you want to ask Bonnie anything else.
Oh boy, yeah, get the questions really ready for Bonnie 2.0.
Yes.
So yeah, guys, if you hung out with us this long, thank you so much for watching these to the end. We greatly appreciate your support. Share this with someone who could use it. Next week, episode 16, we got 2 titles maybe, so it's either hope. We're going to talk about hope, and it's either hanging by a prayer,
or we got 99 problems but hope ain't one.
That's right. So, guys, thanks for sticking around. Justin Time with Justin Halas.
And Austyn with a Y.
We'll see you next time. Get in those valleys where it seems like nothing's happening and nothing's changing. Don't really know, like, kind of where you fit in. You're trying to, like, figure out your place in life, what clicked. They would leave all the remnants of stuff at the table. Friend was, like, throwing up, and I was just, like, then started getting arrested. I tried to do something to correct it. I swear this is it. Before you know it, I'm right back into it over and over again. It was just bad, man.
Everybody got popcorn?
Ready? Here, we'll pray first. God, help us to be on top of it. Help us to have full energy. Help us to say exactly what we need to say, and help to bring the right people to watch this. In Jesus' name, amen.